Hi Stampers, this is Dawn and today we're going to make this itty bitty treat box. I had made this back in 2011 and it was originally designed by Brenda, and I'll have her name down below. And she designed this itty bitty treat box using the petal card punch, which was offered back in 2011, but I'm going to update it today. But I wanted to thank Brenda for her original idea. It was so cute and everybody loved it back then, and I'm sure you're going to love it this time. So I'm using the designer paper from the Gingham Gala designer paper pack, and I used the Daffodil, the Highland Heather, Lemon Lime Twist, and then the Grapefruit Grove. I'm a balmy blue one with you today, and then this one is using the Flirty Flamingo. And inside mine, now back in 2011, I think I put a Starburst, but in these ones today I used the Reese's Pieces Peanut Butter Cup, which I think is probably the biggest item that you can put in this size box. And then the rest of them I put a little Hershey Kiss, and you'll notice I put a little greeting here on the inside of the lid, so we're going to do that as well. So let me just show you these other ones. How cute! Little pop-up treat in there. And this is the Lemon Lime Twist. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let me give you all the measurements here. This is the Balmy Blue, and this piece is cut at 4 3/4 by 5 1/2, and we're gonna score and cut this together. And then I'm gonna use a piece of Scrap Whisper White for stamping and punching. Then for my Balmy Blue designer paper, this is the Gingham Gala. You're gonna need 5 squares cut at 1 1/8 by 1 1/8. You need 5. And then this is a piece of window sheet, and this comes 12 by 12 sheets, but we're only going to need a piece cut at 1/4 inch, approximately by 2 inches long. Okay, so let's grab our Simply Scored. We're going to score our Balmy Blue piece. Okay, so on the 4 3/4 side, we're going to score this at 1/2 inch, and this is right up in the corner here, so you gotta be careful when you're scoring it. So 1/2 inch. Don't want to jump the track there. And then we're going to scoot it down to 1 3/4, then 3, and then 4 1/4. Okay, then we're going to turn it on the 5 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score this at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 3/4, and 5. Okay, so this is what it should look like. You should have all these little squares on your piece of cardstock there. All right, let's move the Simply Scored. So first, before we score and cut this piece of cardstock, we're gonna go ahead and stamp first. So we'll have time to let that set to dry. So we're gonna use the Memento ink. I'm gonna be using the stamp set called Eastern Beauty. We're gonna use this Hello, but of course you could use an Easter greeting on your little box if you want to. It's really cute for that. And this is the season for little candy treats. All right, so we're gonna stamp the Hello, and then Enjoy Today. All right, we're gonna set that aside. We're gonna grab our paper snips. All right, so you're gonna notice on 3 of the sides, there's the 1/2 inch score line along the 3 sides. This side does not have a score line at 1/2 inch. So we're gonna start here at the very bottom on one of the 3 sides. And we're going to use the center square right here as our lid. So what we're gonna do is we're going to cut on this score line right here and remove this box. Okay. And then we're going to go on this side here. We're going to cut on the score lines. Okay, then I'm going to fold this section back, because now we're going to cut this in half and then cut this square in half. Okay, and then before we move on to the other side to do the exact same thing, we're going to miter cut these panels here. Okay, and then we're going to remove this tab right here on that 1/2 inch score line. We're just going to remove that. Okay, so now we're going to do the exact same thing that we did on this side to this side over here. Okay, so now your little itty bitty treat box should look like this. Now this is going to be the tab that closes up the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also miter this end right here just a little bit. All right, now we're going to go ahead and fold all our score lines. Next, we're going to take our snail. Now, I would recommend that if you have fast fuse, use your fast fuse, or if you want to use a heavier duty adhesive like your tear and tape, you're more than welcome to do that. But for the sake of the video, to speed it up, I'm just going to use the snail. And we're going to apply our snail to these 4 tabs right here that we miter cut. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and build our little box. Okay, so this is going to be our little box. Isn't it cute? It's so tiny. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep my lid open because I want to make sure I don't put the designer paper on that quite yet. So along the 4 sides, we're going to apply our designer paper. So let me grab that. So I want the small gingham or the small check side facing out. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip over all these pieces and put adhesive on them and adhere them to our box. Okay, so for the last one, I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on it, but we're also going to add some glue dots. So let me grab those. I'm just going to put a glue dot in each one of the corners. This is going to actually secure this designer paper down because we're going to add our ribbon for the little pull on the top of the box. So the glue dot just secures that a little bit more. All right, so let's grab our ribbon. This is the metallic, the 3/8 metallic edge ribbon in the silver. This is also available in the berry burst and then also in the gold, but I'm going to use the silver. And you're just going to cut a little snippet here. Then you're going to fold it in half. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some snail. So the ribbon seals up together. This is just going to hold it until I can staple it. Okay, so we're going to hold that. Then we're going to put some on the back side. Okay, so this is going to be the loop part of your box where you're going to pull it up. So this part is going to go into the center part of your lid. I'm just going to press that down. So the snail is holding that in place so I can staple it. But before we staple it, we're going to also add our little window sheet. So here's my window sheet. I'm going to add a glue dot to one end of the 1/4 inch by 2 inch. And once again, I'm going to just kind of eyeball that right in the center of where my ribbon is as well. So the window sheet is on the inside adhered with the glue dot, and then the ribbon is on the outside. So I'm just going to grab my stapler and I'm going to staple the ribbon. And then I'm going to see if that, yep, that went through for the window sheet as well, but I'm going to staple it once again from that back side to make it secure back there as well. Then I'm going to take that designer paper piece with the glue dots, and then this is going to cover up the front part of the lid. Make sure those glue dots adhere really nicely. See, and then you don't even see the staples, you don't see the ribbon inside, you just see the little pull tab. For the inside of the box where the staples, you can cover that with the Enjoy Today, which is what we're going to do. Okay, so that's the idea with that. So let me go ahead and punch these out. We're going to use the 1 inch circle punch for both of them. Then I'm going to take one of the snips that we snipped off the cardstock when we were trimming it. And then we're going to adhere the hello to the scallop. Pop this up on a dimensional. Then this is going to go on the front of my box. Right about there. Then you can go ahead and put your inside greeting, Enjoy Today. I'm going to add a glue dot to the staple area so I know exactly where I'm going to be adhering that to that area. I'm going to put it fairly low because when we attach our candy, it's going to bend down just like this because the candy is a little heavy for that little piece of window sheet. So I found these blue cookies and cream Hershey Kisses. I found these at the local dollar store. It's amazing. My daughter would totally love these. And I thought the blue would look really cute with the balmy blue. So let me get one of them out here. So here's one. Isn't that cute? So we're going to take another glue dot. And this time I'm going to put it on the end of the window sheet. And you're not going to probably even be able to see that very good. Okay, so there's a glue dot right there. Then we're going to take the Hershey Kiss. Just going to put that right on the end. Secure that down. See, now then that's going to kind of bounce around there. Isn't that cute? So then it just closes up into the box. Oh my gosh, isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh, I love it. So let me show you the other ones. So here's the Daffodil Delight. Now this one I used the Highland Heather, but I used it with the Gorgeous Grape cardstock. This is with the Grapefruit Grove. And then this one's with the Lemon Lime Twist. So cute. Now, if you want a bigger box, let me just give you a quick measurements and where to score on the bigger box. Let me show you this one. So this is a larger size box, and I used the little miniature candies on the inside of mine. So you can go a little bit bigger with this size box than the little itty bitty box. So let me give you the measurements and the score lines for this. You're going to make the exact same way. It's just going to be bigger. So once again, I'm using the Gorgeous Grape. Now your cardstock for this one is going to be cut at 6 by 8.5. Okay, so on the 8.5 inch side, you're going to score this at, let me turn it this way. You're going to score it at 2, 4, 6, and 8. Then you're going to turn it on the 6 inch side and you're going to score it at 2 and 4. Okay, and then you're just going to cut the exact same way, but the only thing is on this one, you're not going to have the 3 1/2 inch size border score lines. You're just going to have the one, which is perfect. So you're just going to cut this square off and then cut into your score lines right here, and then cut your tabs in half, and then do the exact same thing on the other side. And then your box squares, this is going to be a 2 by 2, so you can cut your designer paper at 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, or if you want to use the Whisper White, which is what I did on here, the Whisper White was cut at 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, and then the designer paper was cut at 1 3/4 square. And this ribbon that I used on this one is the 1/4 inch mini striped ribbon in the Gorgeous Grape. Isn't that cute? So it's just slightly bigger candy if you want to put a bigger piece in there. All right, so there's the larger version, and then here's the updated version of the Itty Bitty Treat Box. All right, so if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll have all the items listed below. And then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye.